lens hood. Yeah.
Wow, these are sweet. Let's make sure. Okay, yeah, people can see this. Yeah, let me back it up a little bit. I want everybody to see all this beautiful glass. Of course, I'm using a black table, which means pretty much you can't hardly see this, but it looks awesome on our end. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Let's say my favorite film, even though I never tried other film, but that's my my favorite.
Well, awesome.
And then I never go out without this. It's a light meter.
Wow.
I have 2 of this in case it fails.
Wow.
It's a very analog one.
Yes, I see the meter. Oh, yeah. Boy, oh boy. Jeez, check that out.
Yeah.
Now,
without this, I can't shoot. I'm not good in science.
How do you use that? I have a digital.
This, I just most of the time I use this. I remove that white thing.
So.
And then I point it to the subject that I want.
Got you.
Sometimes,
point it at the subject.
if I'm doing portraits, I use
like this.
The shadow
right here.
There. Yeah.
Because that would be right there.
But most of the time I shoot landscape. I just open it up.
So there's reflective or
reflective
whatever.
light, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Dang. That's the way it is. It came with a leather case.
Yeah.
It's pretty fancy.
And I bought this a long time ago on eBay. Comes with a complete box and receipt and the camera store that they...
How much did that...
I say right now on eBay it's $80 to $100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mine was $200. That's pretty good. Cool.
Way back, this is expensive.
What's the brand? What's the brand?
Just it's Gosen Luna Pro SBC.
Say that 3 times fast. All right. Well, that's amazing.
It carries a 9 volt battery.
Does that really help you in your?
Oh yeah. Without this, I can't shoot.
Really?
I'm bad.
It helps that much.
Yeah. I can figure out the lighting, but I'm bad on
some of the settings and to get it just
so
right.
I need the light meter all the time.
Wow. All right. So real quick, do you have any more Hasselblad's lenses?
That's all for the lenses.
All right, real quick. Tell these folks, because we had to get out real quick, because you know how this technical crap goes. Share the lens of... Just point, let us know which lens these are that's on my table, because I think it streamed out for like a hot second.
Okay, so this is a 250mm, 250mm lens. I use it in landscape. Everything this has been used. I don't have any favorite lens here. Everything has been used doing landscape. People just use one lens. I can't do that. I need to. I love checking all the focal lengths.
Okay.
And being creative there too.
All right, now this was all Hasselblad's, right?
This is all Hasselblad equipment. Yeah, this is my go-to camera every day.
Okay.
I mean, not every day, but this is my work. Let's say
workhorse
camera that
gotcha
for all my landscape work.
Okay, so now feel free to. I know you have more. Okay.
Of course, tripod.
So, what tripod do we have here?
I use a Manfrotto. It's old too.
That thing looks like this thing.
Manfrotto.
You know what?
I like the old Manfrotto. They're very sturdy.
This thing feels Jesus.
They're very sturdy. They can't.
Wow. Jeez, this is the 3011BN. It's like a no frills, straight up, just this is one manly tripod. I'll tell you, it feels good. Good Lord, heavier than hell.
A ball head too, so it.
Thing's heavy. Yeah. But I guess that's what makes it
good. Yeah. I carry this all the time.
Wow.
It's heavy, but
it'll get the job done. It'll get the right.
Yeah.
All right, so with that said, do you have? I know you have, so feel free to pull out those Nikons.
Let's see so 35mm. I shoot 35mm too.
Okay, so this is your medium format.
Medium format.
And then you have the 35.
35mm.
Now hold on, before you pull that out, what do you use the 35 for mostly?
I use Nikon all the time.
Okay.
Since the beginning.
What kind of style is this? Your portrait stuff here, or?
This This is a family, like a documenting.
All right, let's see the family stuff. Let's see it. Yeah. What's the photography show without some more gear?
So, I never used this at doing landscape.
No?
Mostly portrait.
Why is it too primitive? Is it too?
I don't know. I like using the Hasselblad.
You like using all this stuff.
Yeah, I like
you know
using
what?
it.
If I had a whole bunch of Hasselblad, I just might feel as bougie as that too. I just, yeah. I don't blame you. I can't fault you on that.
This is my F5, Nikon F5.
Hey, look at that. This thing's got a battery grip and the whole nine. It looks like almost like a D5.
Yeah.
Right?
So
it's got the whole...
That's their professional series line.
Check that out.
The F series, so from F1, F2, F3, so on, up to F6. The last film camera is the F6.
Wow,
But,
this thing feels like a monster.
Yeah, F6 is still pricey right now.
And wow, it feels like this could do 10 frames a second. But then
I think 8 frames.
Does it really?
5 frames per second?
It does 5 frames a second?
Well, no, I never do that. It will
That
eat your
world, right? That's crazy though. But at the time, people were probably blown away.
Oh yeah, at that time. Sports photographer, but I think Canon is more better when they do the sports thing.
For
when
film?
Yeah. No. When they're shooting sports.
Oh,
because
okay.
the frame rate of the Canon is more faster than the Nikon.
Then that, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a monster.
So F5 is very nice. You grip it.
It feels good.
Your fingers falls whatever.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly.
The ergonomics are awesome.
It's very nice. I use a flash if I do indoor stuff. It's very good to have a flash.
What flash is that?
It's a Nikon SB28.
Dang.
It really perfect
For
matches
this.
for this because the TTL of this
It works awesome.
It works awesome.
Huh.
Especially if you use autofocus lenses.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Very
I
cool.
use this indoor family gathering, low light situation.
Living room.
I never run out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pretty cool.
Very
Now-
easy to use too. Put it in TTL.
Well,
That's
yeah, TTL, yeah.
That's
You
it.
can't. Might as well, it's basically auto.
And Nikon SB speed lights are very, very sturdy. Imagine this. This is way.
This
this
was
old.
made. This was made when the film.
Bro,
was made?
yeah. So this camera made in I think 1990, 1999. No, 1995. The
Really?
F5.
So I was 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember
I didn't know it was that
I'm
recent.
not sure. 1995. People can correct me.
Someone post a
I'm
comment.
bad
Feel
and-
free to
yeah.
correct us, because that's what.
I don't care about the year.
That's what social media is about.
Yeah. So.
Oh, someone. Tyler wants to talk about. Can we talk about film with flash?
Okay. Pretty basic for me. I'm not professional in doing flash. I just use this.
Today you are.
Yeah, I just use this in a low light situation. Pop it in, dial the lens to this, the ISO, and the distance, and that's it. You're good to go.
Okay.
I do that because my lenses are manual. It's all manual focus. If you put the autofocus lenses here, it will automatically sink in
To the
camera, to the
exposure
to the
and
flash,
everything.
yeah.
So, okay, because I'm thinking as a digital photographer,
Yeah.
I get to preview and say, "Oh, that's too much flash. There's not enough flash."
Not here.
Yeah.
Not
So
here.
how do you do it correctly? Like, I see as a digital,
As long as you put down the settings of your lens to this, I'm talking for the manual focus lenses, okay? So as long as you put, example, 28mm lens here, you put the distance in here, 28mm, put the f-stop, let's say f4, put f4 here,
Oh,
And
because
then
this is TTL.
TTL.
It's gonna hit you with the right amount of
Right.
power.
So-
Gotcha.
You don't worry about if it is too bright. It's
Oh.
automatically.
Got you, because it has a distance and what lens you're
Yeah,
using.
it's very easy to use. It's not computer like the new SB900.
Yes,
It's
I
like you
have.
have a computer.
I have a 910.
It's really hard to use. I think so.
It's a,
and it doesn't. I don't know if it.
and I use.
my
I don't
phone
use
camera.
TTL like
Oh,
at
okay.
all. I shoot manual flash.
I see. For me,
So I'm a pain in the
I'm
neck.
just using this for like indoor stuff.
Very
Not-
cool.
Not too fancy.
And the way that you're shooting with the flash, you haven't noticed too many times where it doesn't give you the amount of exposure. It's pretty much spot on all the
Spot
time.
on all the time.
Dang,
Spot on
right
all the
on.
time.
Wow.
ISO, set the ISO spot on all the time. I use bounce all the time,
Uh-huh.
but you need to be wary about bouncing your flash or pointing your flash. That's what you need to learn too. You just just like put the
any
flash
off-camera flash.
pop it out and bright in the indoor. You flash in front, it becomes a shadow right here.
Right here.
And you don't want that, so you have to learn that. I mean, there's a lot of videos again on YouTube about that, but my theory is always bounce it.
Yeah.
Bounce it.
Just look up any video on YouTube for off-camera flash photography. There's only 1 million. So, again, hit up YouTube University to figure out cool techniques. But overall, I'm just impressed because, again, I get to preview my pictures.
Right.
And you...
Here, no, I don't.
You really rely on settings.
But I know already this is what's going to come out.
Yeah.
Because I've been shooting this a long time, so I never fail.
It's almost like a sixth sense.
Yeah, if I fail, it just like overt, but I never overexpose. I always spot on.
Oh, he's that good. Okay.
I just worried about the shadow.
Oh, too much in the back.
Yeah, that's all. But always, the exposure is always correct.
All right, what other stuff do we have in this bag of goodies?
So, I love lenses. I don't like using one type of
What?
lens.
You mean
I don't.
after 6 lenses, you actually like... Okay.
Yeah, so I love lenses. I love using manual focus lenses, the old Nikon lenses.
Damn.
So this is a 28 F3.
Sweet.
It's small. It's very small. You can fit it in one bag.
Look at that. Look at that. There's my hand, if that helps with scale. I don't know.
Yeah, so...
Compared to the Hasselblad, look at that. Ah, that's so cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super small.
I love these lenses.
And, okay, so this is a 28.
28.
Okay.
And this is the 135 2.8. A very nice portrait lens, I can say. Very nice. Contrast, saturation.
Sharp.
Sharp. Not sharp as the newer cameras right now, but it's sharp. I mean,
for what it was at the time, it was damn good, huh? Ooh,
it's not crazy sharp, as you can see all the pores.
I could show you some pictures. It's pretty scary, but that's the D850. But it's solid build.
It is.
Everything was so solid then.
It's all metal.
All metal.
All metal build. And
ooh, look at that bad boy right there.
I purchased this full time, one by one.
You purchased all these one by one.
Yeah.
Where did you find these?
Mostly eBays and stuff like the camera show.
Oh,
There's
the
a
Hayward
lot,
Camera Show.
There's a lot.
There's a Hayward Camera Show coming up soon. It's only like $3 or $4 to get in. It's a great place to trade, to network, or just buy some old film stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
And they do it every month.
Yeah. There's one coming up. I think I posted it
Tomorrow. Actually.
Oh, that I did. Okay.
And
Go to Image Creator's group page on Facebook, and I posted a link to the next camera show, which is tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. So there's the 135, 130.
Is that the?
Yeah, 135, and then this is the 105, 2.5.
What? That's the 105.
With the built-in lens.
That is hilarious. Anybody who knows about Nikon's latest 105 1.4, it's
huge.
It's a gargantuan lens, and look at this teeny little thing. It looks like a little midget.
Yeah.
But it takes good images, huh? This is a 2.5?
2.5.
Is that 2.5? That's 2.5? Yeah. Oh, never heard of that.
If you can see the National Geographic picture of the Afghan girl, that was the lens they used.
Oh, they used this one? Well, you got to show me that picture. Oh, wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got to keep my eye open on the stream.
And of course, I love 85mm lens. I love it. Very nice. Good for portrait.
What is this?
85mm.
Oh, yeah.
Look how small the 85.
I know. I know. That's if I pull mine out.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And this is solid metal, while mine is not. It's not weather sealed. Is this weather sealed?
I don't think so.
But it still looks pretty sweet.
But I don't see any dust inside, so.
I know.
Yeah. Since they product.
Yeah.
Production.
How do you clean that out? I always wondered that.
Blower, air blower, rocket blower.
You can get
Oh, the
blow
dust
in there?
inside? No.
Oh,
Just the outside.
okay. That's
And
what I
then wipe
figured.
it up with some anti-static
Okay.
thing.
Wow, look at all this glass.
50.
Jesus.
Everybody has 50. 51.4.
Woo!
I love that too.
This is a good average walk around.
Yeah, walk around lens that you can
And you just focus.
pretty much.
Okay, as a digital photographer, one of the things I love about shooting with that style, shooting digitally, is that I don't need to worry about all this focus crap. I am too blind. If I take off these glasses, if you're on the same road with me, you want to get off that road.
Yeah, so it's a manual focus, so it's,
Yeah.
you really need to be good in it. I mean,
Yeah.
the eye
Yeah, my
needs to
eye
be
is shot.
sharp, or especially moving objects is hard.
If I shot portraits with this, I'd be having to do a lot of refunds. I'll tell you that.
Right.
All right, so wow. All right, so is this everything?
And I have a 28
Oh
millimeter.
boy.
I don't know where's the 28 millimeter at.
It's
right here.
Okay, I was about
The
to say.
28. Yeah, I love wide angle again. So I love wide angle lens. If I can get a 20 or 24, I'll be happy. But right now, I'm out of budget for 20 to 24 millimeter lens.
So after 6 Hasselblad lenses and all these other lenses, now you worrying about a budget. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's some priority going on.
Oh, all of a sudden.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking for a 20 and 24. 20, I prefer 20. The wider, the better. I like the 20. But this is a 28.
This is a 28.
28.
And when you use this for...
I use it. I don't.
Because you usually use this one for your Hasselblads for landscape. Yeah. When would you use this wider one?
Group picture. Family group picture.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That stuff, yeah.
And how much is the 20 millimeter that you're waiting for?
I think it's, for the AI, 2 to 300.
2 to 300? Yeah. And that's expensive for a film lens? Is it?
I'm broke. I'm cheap. I'm just cheap.
After all this, it's hard to say you're cheap. But nonetheless, I understand. Digital lenses right now
it's crazy.
Cost so much.
I can put digital lens here too, but I prefer.
You can?
Yeah, you can. The autofocus lenses.
I can give you mine.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Heater everything.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be down.
That's the good for Nikon because they maintain
the mounting.
The mount.
But that also means they can't go to 1.2, 1.0 in the mounts. 1.4 is their shallowest. Is their widest open aperture.
Well, it depends what lens you put in. But it can mount any lens.
No. I get it. But like our digital ones, it only goes up to 1.4. Oh
yeah.
Which I kind of wish it could go to 1.2, 1.0.
There's no 1.2 for digital right now.
Nope.
Oh.
Anyway.
There's a 1.2 AI.
Is there?
But I don't want to. 1.4 is enough.
I think so, especially for like my portraits. I never felt like
doing
from 1.2 to 1.4. Like, what a difference! I have to get it. Like I would.
True, and
no customer will ever know.
Yeah, you want to pay.
You just want to brag to
another.
You just want to brag to another photographer.
Right.
I got a 1.2. Ha ha ha! My balls are bigger.
I think 1.4 is enough.
Now, with that said, what are your... So, basically, your Nikon is set for portraits, right?
For portrait. Family or whatever.
Every day. So, when you walk around...
Family outing, I use always the 35mm all around with me.
Okay. I thought I saw some other film cameras besides this.
I have a lot
big
of film cameras beside this.
Oh. Because when you came to that photo hike, you had like 5.
But I had the F3 at that time. I still have the F3. The F100 too. I have the F100.
Okay.
So, that's the mini version of the F5 is the F100.
Oh, sort of like the D5 and the 850.
Kind of like a backup.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But my secret, I mean, it's not secret,
oh,
but
boy, that thing looks cool.
This is my really
favorite
to use camera. It's the Nikon F2.
Wow, check that out. This camera makes you...
It's very solid.
Like you're a photojournalist for Time magazine.
The metering is very spot on.
Is it?
Compared to the other professional Nikon cameras. Like the F3 is kind of more popular or more expensive, but I prefer the F2, which is more, for me, when you hold it, try to hold this.
Awesome.
It's a tank. And if you put a lens there, let's see. And if you put a lens,
on there.
See that?
Yeah.
You got a view.
Boy, that thing.
No battery needed. It's all mechanical. That's what I love.
No battery needed.
No battery needed.
Wow.
But you need the light meter to get the exposure. Or if you want a battery,
How do you I have to focus like this way. Look at you hear that? Look at it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can get used to that. This thing is pretty badass.
Yeah. You need the battery for that, just for the light meter, to operate the meter on it.
Man.
But if you don't want to put battery on it, just be mechanical. Just
this thing's got some weight to it too.
Is that
interesting balance? But wow.
Right? It's
cool.
It's good in the hand.
Feels goodness.
F2.
Feel fancy all of a sudden.
This
looks like a photojournalist camera. Yeah. Would they have used a?
They used the F1, F2 before.
Wow. This thing feels good. Feels solid and heavy as hell though. Cool.
And I have the F3 too. F3 is a lot of people use that today too.
Oh, they still use that.
F3 is popular for.
Is it consumer? Was it a consumer?
It's a pro. It's a pro too. It's a professional camera too.
Oh, it is.
Let's say the new photographer, the new into film, they love the F3.
They love the F3. Well, that one looks great.
F3 has the aperture and shutter speed priority.
All right, now, what format do you like capturing images mostly? What format?
It's either 35 or 120. So it depends. Like if I'm going out, I bring this Hasselblad, so it's a 6x6.
So when you're going out to do your landscapes, basically
6x6. It's a 120 film.
You never even tried it with the 35 your landscape, just for the fun of it, or no?
I got some pictures of it too.
But you're most happy.
Mostly, I use the Hasselblad.
With that.
Yeah.
Now, what was I about to say? All right, so we talked about gear. Now, what's your opinion about the role of photography, film photography specifically, today?
Right now I think it's good because for the people who starting doing photography, I think the best thing to start is shoot film. Like me, I shoot digital back
why?
then.
Why do you think it's good for an aspiring photographer to start shooting film?
Because you need money. So if you spend money, you want to be worth it. So when you want to take pictures using film, you want every picture to be worth it.
To be amazing.
To be exactly.
Or at least come out.
Yeah. So I think for the people who start learning photography, I want better to start them with film. It's very basic. Teach you aperture priority. It will teach you shutter speed.
So you learn all the basics and everything.
So once you move to digital, it'll be easier for you.
Gotcha.
In my opinion.
You're saying because you really spent the time to learn all the fundamentals.
Yeah, because photography is thinking. So you think when you shoot.
No. I actually no. You're right. I've been experimenting with some long exposures and the amount of thinking that goes into even that.
Yeah.
And I notice I only come home with like less than 50 pictures versus 300 pictures. Right. So
imagine I don't see any image coming out with this. If I use long exposure, just let it go.
So you don't see your image for another day or two.
Oh, sometimes weeks and months.
And it just sits. The roll just sits there.
There's some negatives there that haven't printed yet.
Oh my God,
that's a lot. It's a lot.
I wouldn't know what to do. I upload it the same night. I'll look at them a little bit, Lightroom, and there you go. Yeah. Now, okay, where do you find your inspiration? Where's your sources? Like, what do you do? I subscribe to magazines. Yeah. Yes, magazines with paper. I actually subscribe to those still.
Yeah.
For my sources of inspiration.
Same thing.
What about you?
Same thing. Magazine, books. I love collecting photo books from other landscape photographers.
Okay.
Old school, like John Saxton, Ansel Adams, of course.
So you have a collection of photo books?
I have some. I have some. Annie Leibovitz, but it's not a landscape. She's more on a portrait, but I like her work.
Yeah, her work is very emotional.
Avedon, a lot of artists, a lot of photographers.
Do you look at any artists that are not photographers at all? Like, have you seen any work where you're like, dang, I like the way the color or the texture or
No.
or something like
If
that?
I'm shooting pictures, I just focus on photographers.
Okay.
That I idolize. Everybody should have a person to look up to.
Yeah.
Or else
Who do you?
Yeah.
Who do you?
A lot.
Oh,
A lot.
a group of
A
people.
group of people. Yeah.
Interesting.
I got inspiration for printing, shooting, everything.
And because you mentioned Ansel Adams a couple of times, what about him specifically that inspires
I
you?
think Ansel Adams started most of the. He created a standard. He created those.
A standard.
Standard
Gotcha.
for printing, developing 4x5. But I mean, I'm like a modern photographer, so I idolize new film photographers too. That's not standard.
Gotcha. That
So,
kind of
yeah.
break
Mix.
outside the
I'm
box.
kind of like a mix. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you like the conventional, but then you like some rebels too.
Right. Michael Canna, he's a good photographer too. I
And
like his
where
stuff.
is he traditional or more rebel?
He's more like a rebel too.
Gotcha.
There's a tradition, but because he's still printing in the darkroom.
Yeah. So that's
So,
the tradition,
yeah.
but at the same time,
Yeah, he's
the dodge and the
more-
technique and everything
that's true.
else.
and he's more. As you said, it's rebel when it
Okay.
comes to.
I'm just dumbing
landscape.
it down so that.
He's not like a regular landscape photographer too. He's more like a minimalist, and it's
Oh,
very
is
nice.
he?
Very nice.
Very
It's
clean
good.
work.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what
I
do you
like
what do you
Stefan
consider your kind of style when it comes to photography,
Mhm.
especially let's just get right down to the landscape because that's what it's really
Yeah.
about. What's your style? I mean, I thought it was very kind of minimalistic in your approach. It's very clean work.
Right. For me, once I click before I click the shutter, I
Mhm.
always think that I want to make a picture that a normal eyes can see. You know what I'm saying?
Elaborate.
So like a
explain on
regular
that.
eye. So a normal eyes can't see this.
Yeah.
So it involves long exposures. Most of the time, I'm a photographer.
You do yeah, I remember that one photo you had where there were no birds when there was
Yeah.
a flock of birds.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
That's my kind of style. I always keep in mind that when I take pictures, I want something that a regular eye can't see that. So
Oh, interesting.
something new,
So something that
something that
if you see
unreal or
Gotcha.
surreal.
that you couldn't
That's
see.
feeling, yeah, like you enter into a different world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's why I see
I
you
keep-
do.
Yeah, they keep thriving on that.
You keep
Style.
using like long exposure seems to be part of your.
It is part of the
Style.
thing, yeah, style. Long exposure, contrast, a lot of contrast. That's why I use a lot of filters here.
Okay.
I use some filters. So this is my filters. I use it all the time. I never shoot black and white without filters. Sometimes
Really?
sometimes I use without
Huh.
filter, but
Okay.
most of the time it's gonna be orange with it's either 10 stop with it in it, and another 6 stop, and another 2 stop. It depends what type.
You'll actually
Yeah,
stack those.
I stack those. I
Ah.
stack them.
Dang,
Green
right on.
filter, red filter. Yeah, it helps during printing.
Does it really? How
Yeah.
so?
So sometimes you don't have to adjust the contrast anymore. It gives you
It gives
the
you what you
details
need.
there already. So
Oh,
like- so
that would
like-
drive me nuts since I cannot preview it before I take that photo.
Yeah, it's all experience. So in experience, I
You know what it's
figure
gonna
it
add.
out. Yeah, figured out pretty
Woo!
much.
That would drive me crazy. Now, what do you think? All right, this is for one of our watchers, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, he comes into Mike's camera. He is super knowledgeable, smart kid, and let me say hi, my man Flint from Gordon Parks.
Yes.
From Gordon Parks. Why did I say that? Gordon Parks, of course. That's what I was thinking about Gordon Parks when I saw this here, this amazing camera. So, you know who Gordon Parks is?
No.
A famous film photographer, African American.
Okay.
That was, I believe, the first for Life magazine. When Life magazine
Right.
was out, he was the first African American photographer
Oh.
hired by them, and he got famous for fashion and portraiture in general. And in his journalistic style, he shot a lot in Harlem, and told about the life
Very
of
nice.
the people in Harlem. His work is pretty amazing. Not only that, he's a jazz composer.
Oh, nice.
He composed. Remember that movie Shaft back in the day? Anyway,
Okay.
if you people know who Shaft is, you better shut your mouth. That's what it says in the show.
Oh.
Anyway, he composed all the music. He's a jazz composer,
Nice.
a poet. Like, this dude is an artist. Check out Gordon Parks.
Right, I will.
Anyway, but that looks like a Gordon Parks kind of camera. So with that said, let's get to Tyler. And what's amazing, he's only 15 and he shoots really good work, and he's really into learning and becoming a better film photographer. So this is dedicated to all the little millennials out there with film cameras in their hand. What do you think about this newer generation attracted to film photography? What do you think about that?
It's great. I mean, it keeps the business going, I guess.
Yes, Mike's camera loves it.
Yeah, and without those people, those big companies like the Kodak, they might phase out film if there's no demand. So it's good, like new kids on the block trying to learn how to do film photography. That's good. I will encourage them, even printing too.
To print it.
On,
yeah, I love printing.
But
Printing is
right
amazing.
now, I think it's a big community right now going on.
Why do you
film.
think young? I mean, that's the thing for
I
me.
guess because they never experienced it. I experienced it, but I was so young at that time, and I don't. We have a camera, point and shoot camera at that time. My mom always take pictures.
A film.
Of that. Yeah, film.
Okay.
Of course, yeah. So I have no idea about it.
I mean,
there's a camera there and take pictures.
Well, you mentioned something. You said it's new, right? Feel free, if any millennials watching, meaning pretty much 35 and younger, post a comment on why you think film photography, there's this resurgence of film photographers out there. As a matter of fact, when I'm working at Mike's camera, if you're 30 and younger, they tend to be shooting film.
Right.
And a lot of them reject digital. And maybe it's because the cell phone, they're so used to everything being digital.
That one too.
Right? That this
Everybody's
film...
a photographer now because everybody has a camera in their pocket. I can say that, yeah.
But film, it's like a craft.
It's craft, and you will learn a lot of photography when you start to film. And I guess...
Oh, look, Tyler says, I see a lot of young people are attracted to film because they are trying to achieve a vintage, nostalgic look. You know, that's probably right. Maybe it was the Instagram and their crappy filters that said, you know what, I could actually do that for real myself without being digital.
That's true.
You know?
And good thing about shooting film, there's a bunch of cameras around and it's cheap.
Yeah,
Compared
that's
before.
right. So you could be a broke kid
and get
one for $10 like you did. Okay.
And there's a lot of choices of camera that you want to use. Once you get into film, it's hard to try different types of cameras.
It's hard to try?
I mean, no. It's
or it's easy.
It's easy to try different cameras, and it's more fun trying different formats, from medium format, large format, 35 millimeter.
Now, how much is this for the medium format, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much would that camera cost someone?
So Hasselblad they're expensive. I mean, they're one of the expensive medium format cameras. This cost, when I bought this, $800 with one 80 millimeter lens and no viewfinder, just regular viewfinder. Waist level, they call it.
Oh, when you're shooting down. Yeah.
I don't like that. I like seeing it the right way.
Yeah.
For me. So 800 with a setup with a one film back. But now I search it, it's about 12 to 1300.
Oh yeah. So it went up. It went
up.
up. Dang. You know how much a Hasselblad digitally will be? We're talking tens of thousands of dollars.
34, 42,000.
Yeah. So
crazy.
that's amazing.
That's crazy. That's digital. It's a 100 megapixel camera.
Yeah.
I want to have one. If I'm turning into digital,
you would do that.
Hasselblad would be my go-to digital camera.
Wow. Well.
And if I'm going for the Nikon, I'll be doing the D5 or whatever.
Oh yeah. The D5. That's an amazing camera. So, look, we got a couple of responses here. I used to shoot digital. This is Justin Vargas. I used to shoot digital A lot of digital photographers
Sup,
were
Justin?
hard to talk to, tend to be snobby. Ah, I love the film community. Well, you know
Because-
what? I'm not a snob, okay, as a digital photographer, but I understand there are
I understand that too because most of the film photographers are the millennials, so they love to interact with people
and share
and share.
and community.
That's good about it. And some
Yeah.
people doing pins, artwork, stickers for the community is very great.
It's
Like
very good.
there's a guy named Mike Padua. He's doing those pins, lapels, stickers to promote the film thing industry.
Yeah, in the community
Yeah,
too.
the community. Yeah, so it helps bring more people.
And
to
that's
this.
what Justin's saying. He's saying he's received so much more help from film photographers, and that's helped him to grow. Tyler, I can walk into a thrift store with $20 and buy a film camera and come out with 2 cameras.
Not anymore. Not anymore. That was way back then when I was later years. But now, walking to the thrift store, it doesn't cost $20 anymore. People know how much it is now.
Wow. So 2 years ago, you could walk in with
And
20.
you can't find this anymore in thrift store. You can find their shitty cameras now. in the
Gotcha.
thrift
So
store. Not
people
the yeah, no.
are seeing this
If you see that, buy it because once you leave that store, it will be gone.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what I
in
would
demand it
expect.
is.
Yeah.
Very in demand right now.
Yeah. What about like Laney College tends to have their flea market. You ever check out places like that?
Laney Darkroom?
No, Laney on the weekends, like when it's nicer out,
Oh,
they have their flea market,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and people always sell
Oh, really?
things,
Stuff there? Yeah.
tons of stuff. But
Flea market is good.
if
like,
you know,
like the real flea market.
yeah,
But the thing is, flea market, they've been sitting there in the sun, hot. The equipment's been sitting around in the sun for a long time, and they sell it again, continues. It deteriorates. I think it deteriorates.
so be careful with
Be
that.
careful on that too. Flea market is very cheap, but it's beat up. It's kind
So
of
where
beat
would
up.
you
It's
recommend?
rarely to find a good camera in a flea market.
Where would you
lucky
recommend
for-
though? Like
I
what would you
recommend them
recommend?
buying with other people, like photographers too.
Oh.
Because us photographers, we take care of our stuff. So we take
Speak
care
for
of it.
yourself.
So
No.
we take care of it. We make sure it's good. So when we want a new camera, we sell our old one
Gotcha. That you took
Yeah.
care of.
that took care of and pass it to the new generation.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know, when I even with my digital gear, the best experiences was buying it from other professionals.
That's true.
And
or going to like a camera event show.
yeah.
Those people are just
The
taking care of their
vendors.
cameras too.
Again, Hayward Camera Show is
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
They do it every month. So
at the Hayward Carpenters Union here on Maddox Road, and it's what 10 a.m., 9 a.m. What is it?
they open 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And it's only like $3 or $4 to go in. Check it out. And there's this
You'll see different types of cameras.
yeah,
Cameras I've never seen.
and
before.
filters. That guy with the
A
filters.
lot of filters too.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you want cheap filters, go there.
Yeah, check that out.
Filters are expensive. They'll be there.
So now, what sort of advice could you share with those looking to get into or create better images through film photography? What kind of advice can you share?
I mean, from true experience, people say gears doesn't matter. For me, it matters really well because.
The gear does matter?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, whoa. Because a lot of times I'm telling aspiring digital photographers, hold on. It matters, but at the same time, the first thing is learn how to see.
Oh, that's true too. That's true too. But
no,
the
elaborate.
the type of work you're gonna be into, you need
Yeah.
the right tool for that. So I mean, a right tool for the right work.
For the right job.
Yeah, that's what you need. So if you guys people are starting getting film cameras, I recommend get SLR.
Okay.
A good SLR camera that you can work on it instead of getting those crap. There's a lot of crappy film cameras too, and once you get the result, you're not happy with it, so you leave film. But the digital, but in case of getting not expensive, but at least
Get a good one.
a good quality one will keep you going.
That's right.
It makes you excited.
Excited to take a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I picked that up, I honestly felt excited. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I felt a little excited.
If I give you a plastic one, you're not gonna.
Yeah, I know cheap. Does that make sense? This thing doesn't feel cheap.
I'm not against about cheap film cameras too, but if you want to start to try film photography, get a good one. Get a good one. This $100-$200 would be a good one.
This doesn't feel cheap at all. I'll tell you that one right now. This thing's pretty amazing.
So
good lord, it feels solid, and that's metal all around.
All metal.
Did they make weather sealed film cameras?
They do. I think the F6 is weather sealed, and the F3P. There's a version like press. So.
Oh.
I guess the F3P you can only get it if you're a professional.
Only.
Like you have a press.
Oh, you have to have a press pass to get the.
To get the F3P, but the F3 is the consumer can purchase it.
Nice. So Tyler says, I found my first 35mm film camera in a box labeled free. Well, honestly, that is probably the best price. Yep. So I can't be mad at you. You know, he once.
Can't find that now.
Yeah, I know. He came into Mike's camera, and I believe at the same time a customer was trying to give away a bunch of Nikon stuff.
Yeah. And
they gave it to him just because he happened to be there at the right time. And I'm not sure how much gear, but it was like mint condition Nikon stuff. I think it was like 3 lenses and a body, and it was clean.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep that. Don't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And
what would you tell Tyler? What would you say? What kind of advice would you give him? He's 15 now. Okay.
It's cheesy, but I always say, just keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Keep shooting and explore. Sometimes you get stuck in one genre, but you never know. You can explore more.
Where would you think he should explore? Into processing or the process of shooting?
Everything. Open to everything. Like people teaching how to do it. Just open up your mind and accept the knowledge that was teaching you, because it will help you go on later on.
So the more you shoot, the more you learn, basically.
Shoot and observe too.
Okay.
Be observant the light. Don't just like shoot out for sure. Just observe the light. Observe your pictures. What you need next. And some people write it down. I do that before. I write it down, the exposure time. So now, I know that.
You have a notebook of
I don't carry a notebook. I don't do that anymore. Long time ago.
Wow.
But now this cheat.
A cheat sheet?
Cheat sheet.
What
is reciprocity failure for the triax, because if you're shooting long exposure, you will encounter that a lot.
Did you make this or did you find it?
I made it.
You made this?
Print it out and make it as a card to carry it with me all the time.
I'm not sure if it's gonna.
If I'm shooting Hasselblad, I carry this all the time.
Dang, right on. And you taped it up. It's all waterproof,
so it's
sort of.
Reciprocity failure, the right exposure for that, and if I'm putting the ND filters to it too, it will give me the right exposure to stuff like that.
Well, my man Flynn said he's got a Nikon F4, and that is that a good camera?
Hell yeah!
And bought it at a garage last summer for $60. That sounds incredible.
That's a good price. $60.
$60?
Because now F4 runs 200, 300, 150.
200?
150 a beat up one.
What?
Yeah, but still working. 150 that's beat up, so it dents everything, paint, scratch.
And it works just fine.
Works just fine. Meter works perfectly fine.
At the time, was the F4 like a where was it in terms of?
When it comes to professional, they call it F series. So all the professional Nikon brands
started F.
Started F. Now it's D. It's digital. So that's what they. So F1.
Oh, F for film.
F1 is good too.
F for
That's
film.
nice, yeah. F.
Oh shit, I'm stupid. Right on.
So I don't know that F is film back then.
Oh, but it sounds like it. Film and D for digital.
There's no comparison back then, right? There was no digital.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But anyway,
so
okay.
They did F for the professional line. F1 to F6 now. F6 is the newer one, but still expensive. about $2,000.
What?
Yeah, it's still in production. That's
What?
why.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's.
I will get it someday.
Someday. He's like someday. And so the F4.
F4.
What was that?
It was. I remember that it was released 1988. It was the first. I think that was the first autofocus professional
For Nikon.
for the Nikon camera. I call it Nikon. Sorry,
You know, I actually think.
I pronounce it Nikon because
I
that's
think
the
I'm
way
pronouncing it wrong.
I mean,
I think it is supposed to be Nikon.
Nikon.
Nikon, yeah.
Whatever.
Anybody Japanese watching, feel free to post a comment down below and tell me how bad I'm pronouncing the name. It's okay.
I mean, it's okay. Nikon, it's the camera. Yeah, whatever.
Nikon.
I pronounce it Nikon
You know what?
because that's how I heard the Japanese pronouncing it.
But here in America, we pronounce nothing
Nikon.
right. So, okay.
That's
All
okay.
right, so the F4 was its
F4,
first
autofocus.
autofocus. No wonder, because I hear that one a lot.
Yeah, the first
Probably because it was
autofocus.
autofocus.
So at that time, they're still learning the right autofocus, so it's not like accurate autofocus.
It's not like now, where it
No,
snaps. Right?
No. But it's cool. The autofocus at that time is mind blowing.
At the time, like,
Yeah.
you just halfway hold and
That's
it
true.
does its thing.
Shooting sports Olympics, autofocus is great rather than manual focus.
Totally. You can
Yeah.
just worry about taking a picture.
Yep. It's
Wow.
mind blowing at that time.
I can't imagine how
F4
slow
is
it
very
was.
nice. Very nice camera. So.
Trippy. So with that said, Tyler will be heading over to the camera show. All right, Tyler. So
Sweet.
you'll be seeing Earvin there. So see
Yeah.
him and his hat, and maybe a camera or two.
I don't bring cameras there.
Okay, well, no camera, but you'll see him there. Make sure you stop by and say hi to him. Follow him on Instagram. He says that F4 is a great camera and it sells good condition around $235. So yeah, like you
so
said,
that's the price.
$250, $300. That's pretty major.
And my advice
actually.
too is, if you're looking for a camera,
Mhm.
I mean, if you can save a little bit of money, get at least in good condition. Like,
So get the best quality
we
you
don't
can get.
say mint, but mint is mint, but at least good condition, not beat up, because
Dents
that's
and
yours,
everything.
man. It's your camera, so
Yeah.
you want the nice one.
Get the best you can get. So
Just try. If you can't, then it's fine too.
And is $250, $300 expensive for a film camera?
But it depends what type of camera. F4 is good for that price.
That's good for that price. That's crazy because even entry level digital is like $500-$600 for a very basic, like a Rebel.
But later on, that digital camera, 3 years, 4 years now, would cost $60-$100. Compared to film, they goes up. They don't go down.
Yeah, that is
That's
that.
right, huh?
Hey, that's a good point. Digital
I
will always
remembered
go
the Nikon digital that I had.
Which one did you have?
I had the 5100.
Oh,
Yeah, long time, and then
Okay.
I think I bought that for 800. Now I sold it for 200, 250,
Dang! Wow.
and I bought papers once I sold that camera.
Oh, you sold your digital to go to film, or
Mm.
for film gear.
No,
Like
I just sold
papers?
it recently though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Someone that bought the 5100.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. They said they're gonna use it for video. He likes the screen that flips.
Yeah, that flips
front.
over. Wow.
So yeah.
I'm shocked. Someone bought the D5100. Not
I
that
mean-
it's a bad camera, but it wouldn't have been my choice. Last camera I bought online. No, actually, well, I just got the 850, but I bought that through Nikon Professional Services,
Yeah.
NPS. What did I do? Oh, the D750. That was $2,000.
I was eyeing the D700 before.
Oh,
At
were
that
you?
time, I can't afford that at that time.
Gotcha.
That's way too
Full
expensive.
frame and everything else. So you were gonna go from the 5100 straight to the 700.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice little jump there.
Yeah.
But film got you first.
Oh yeah, film right first.
Okay, now, so with that said, I do want to give a big shout out to everybody who has watched and has weathered the storm of this very crazy stream. I apologize. I'm definitely going to do my best to work on these little hiccups. Again, this is our third episode, our first one on YouTube. And I'll be doing this at least, I think it's going to be the first Tuesday or the second Tuesday of every month. I'm going to go live. It'll eventually be twice a month. If you have anything that you feel like we need to discuss and bring it to the community, feel free to post your comments down below. Again, Earvin, where can folks find that link to your book?
They can go blurb, I guess, and I think blurb, and then I think there's a search option there for like my name, Earvin Quero.
Okay, but it's on blurb.com, right?
It's on my Instagram too. There's a link there, and on my Facebook.
And what's your Instagram? Even though I posted the link to his Instagram down below, feel free to share what it is.
So Instagram is Earvin Quero, Earvin_Quero, and then my Facebook page is Earvin Quero Silver Photography.
Oh, okay. Silver Dust, the name of your book. Duh. Okay. So, okay. And I'm Robert Silver, as you guys may know. Feel free to check out his work on Instagram. You'll see a lot of it. And on his Facebook page for his color film stuff, right?
My personal Facebook.
His personal profile. Definitely check me out on Instagram for my more portrait photography the projects I'm working on currently at Robert Silver Photography. And the other thing is, if you can, please hit that subscribe, like this video, share it. Even though it's very rough, I promise you it will get better. Last week we had Panasonic. This week we have film photographer Earvin. And next time, I think I'm going to bring in a model or two, and we're going to discuss how to do portraits with some models.
Right.
The do's and don'ts, okay? So, with that said, I'm Robert Silver. If you like this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep shooting, stay creative.
Thank you.